Hi everybody. Welcome back to another episode of upcoming video game movie rants. This time we are going to be talking about um, a character that has recently been revealed to be in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So we're going to be talking about the first look about the Yoshi first look.
Yes.
And yes, apparently his name is pronounced Yoshi, not Yoshi. Uh, uh, so many names out there that don't have official pronunciations or something.
But we heard it. We did hear the
We did,
word
we did, we did hear it. So
as Yoshi. So we now know it is Yoshi for sure.
even though it should be pronounced Yoshi because of the I at the end. Anyway, so yeah, this isn't a trailer. It's more of a this is more of a showcase of the character.
Yeah. So it starts out
So
with
right. Um okay, so the Yoshi first look first starts out with more of the desert sequence with the Mario Brothers. Um yeah, if you recall that one scene in the first official trailer, then you may have noted that. Um, so yeah, and then if you remember the giant upside down pyramid, the Mario Brothers were actually hired to fix a pipe that's in that place. That's a bit odd, right? Like, why would there be plumbing inside of a pyramid?
yeah. But on the flip side, I also thought it was interesting that when they do enter the pyramid, they each have a little. I'm calling it a fireball.
Fire flower,
They each have a fire flower.
and then they use it to transform into their fiery forms. And I've heard a lot of people complain that Fiery Mario was not a thing in the Super Mario Brothers movie. In which, to be fair, he was only just starting to get adjusted to using power ups, and the magic mushroom was, you could say, is just a step in that, and that the fire flower is the next step. It's kind of like the original Super Mario Brothers, where you first have to get the magic mushroom and then the fire flower.
Yeah, but the thing that I would say is a positive for the character's likes and dislikes is in the first movie he clearly hated eating mushrooms. In this one, they don't have to eat the fire flower to get the power.
Well, yeah, that's kind of another thing that I found odd. Why is it specifically that Mario has to eat the? Why does it you have to eat the mushroom power ups, but you have to absorb all the others?
Well, okay, but what I'm
Can't you just absorb the mushrooms?
no, but at least look at it this way. At least it's an improvement for the character's point of view of not having to eat a mushroom to get the power.
Right. Well,
Which
anyway,
begs one other question: in the movie will we see that they lose that power up if they take damage? That's the other question I have.
well,
In the
yeah.
games that
Well,
happens.
obviously, yes, because of the context that Toadstool provided in the first movie.
Right.
Because if you get hit, then you lose the power.
So they go inside and there's a
Yeah, so they go inside, and surprisingly, there's a gateway pipe inside the place that's blocked off by a bunch of rocks.
and they remove the rocks.
And some strange creature pops out. And Yeah, in this scene, we can see that Luigi's still the same shriveled, scaredy guy that
He's
he was in the first movie, because before that he got frightened by a buzzy beetle and then tried to pelt it with fireballs. Which, if you if you know this already, buzzy beetles are unaffected by fireballs.
But he's over there shooting a bunch of fireballs at it, all in a panic, all scared. And he's even saying, "I'm not afraid of ghosts. I'm not afraid." I think that's what he said, wasn't he? I'm
No,
not
no,
afraid.
he's
I'm not
not that.
afraid.
He's not the. He's trying to say he's not the scared guy anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
But you know, even after the whole experience he had in Brooklyn, and because Mario is by his side this time, he's still acting like a scared guy. Even though at the end of the Super Mario Brothers movie, Luigi says that bravery is what he's known for.
Yeah. So, anyways,
So I
so
guess
they
so. Yeah, I guess you can call that an inconsistency.
but I would say there is a consistency between the first movie and the second movie, and that's this. According to what we saw, Princess Toadstool came out of a pipe. The Mario brothers went to the Mushroom Kingdom by a pipe, and now Yoshi comes into this world where they discover him
Yes,
through a pipe.
the character that they that came out of the gateway pipe in the pyramid is actually the main focus of this episode, Yoshi. But here's the thing: all three of them came through different gateway pipes.
But it's interesting that they've kept consistently coming through the gateway pipes. I'm just saying in terms of that part.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So we now know that the character that was trapped in the egg is actually Yoshi. But you know, the egg was in Brooklyn, right? And the gateway pipe that the Mario Brothers go through when they first discover the gateway pipe in Brooklyn, that leads them into the Mushroom Kingdom. Now Yoshi is now in somehow ended up in this pyramid. So does the warp zone change locations between gateway pipes from time to time? Like, how does that work? How is Yoshi here if he supposedly went through the gateway pipe in Brooklyn? Is it possible he went through a different gateway pipe? You know, this is one of those questions that needs to be answered.
Yeah, or do they? Or if you go in the gateway pipe, is there like a left turn, a right turn, an up, a down, and which direction you take just determines where you're going to end up coming out? I mean, what's the answer?
Well, to be fair, when the Mario Brothers first went through the gateway pipe in Brooklyn, they got separated and went into two different warp streams. Luigi ended up in the Darklands, and Mario's the one that ended up in the Mushroom Kingdom.
So I guess it really does depend on what direction you go in the pipe as to where
Well,
you're going to land.
no, because prior to these events, there were only there was a warp stream that split into two different paths. You know, that that end up into two other gateway pipes.
Right.
So yeah, like how does the warp zone even work?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get more answers on that. Anyways,
Right. So yeah, about Yoshi and his depiction for this movie, or how he's adapted into the script. They completely revamped his character for the worst in my opinion, because now he doesn't speak, and he doesn't seem to be the protector of an island.
well, my thing on it is this: he does say his name. My question would be this, and again, in order to know for sure on what I'm about to say, we'd have to see the movie. Is it that he just doesn't know their language, and when he's around them, he starts talking more as he learns their language? Or is it just flat out he doesn't speak? Or is it like when they did
Okay,
or is it like we only hear the one line and later on we find out actually he knows more? I mean,
okay.
there's
Well,
so many questions there.
I actually have to. I guess I should be the one to break this to you, but in the Japanese dub of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, in that trailer, Yoshi retains his English voice for the Japanese dub. So, yeah, hate to break it to you, but this is how he's gonna be for the entirety of the movie.
Okay, well, anyway, so that's that one, and then we do see some other.
But yeah, this completely goes against what he is in the games, because Yoshi is capable of actually speaking human words because he communicates with the Mario Brothers. He's been known for speaking full sentences since his debut in Super Mario World, and that's passed on uh, uh, to game after game after game.
Okay.
So why is it suddenly now they decide for this movie that he shouldn't talk? Like, what's up with that? What made them decide that that he shouldn't talk?
I don't know. But we did see a few other things in the trailer as well.
Well, it's not a trailer. It's a first look at the. Okay, well, yeah, there are a few new things that we do see in the trailer. Like, we see Luigi use a frog suit from Super Mario Brothers 3, which he uses to save a Mushroom Kingdom citizen that got eaten by a fish.
So that was kind of cool. And
And oh yeah, right. So uh, we see more of the casino that Toadstool was in the trailer for this movie. Um, and we actually see three of Wart's commanders make an appearance. So we see Ostro, we see Mauser, and we see Claw Grip.
so they're definitely bringing in more.
They're definitely bringing more enemies from the game and adapting it into the movie, but it's kind of weird that we see Wart's commanders make an appearance in the movie when Wart himself isn't even present. Like, it could just be that for this adaptation, they're just generic enemies, which because I've heard that I've heard some people say that the casino is actually in Subcon, which is where these enemies are from, or where these characters are from. Because, as I've said, they're Wart's commanders, and the world in which Super Mario Brothers 2 takes place is in Subcon, the land of dreams.
Yes. Now I will.
So it could be possible that this entire fight sequence is taking place in Subcon because
Which
from the title Galaxy, this movie will be all about traveling between different worlds.
So my other thing would be, is it Wart? Is that the correct name?
Yes.
Okay. My other thing would be this: is it that they just haven't shown us Wart yet? Is he going to be in the movie? Possibly his commanders are there. It's possible he's there.
Well,
And
we don't see Fry Guy or Triclyde there, and it wouldn't make any sense for them to appear in the movie without Wart, since both of them have stronger ties to Wart.
yes, now that's number one. Number two, at least in this particular one, we do not see um, um,
Uh,
Bowser or Bowser Jr. in this particular sequence of scenes.
well, I think we've already seen enough of them and what their role will be, because we still know that Bowser Jr. is going to be the main villain again. He's going to be the villain again. And oh yeah, we don't see anything. We also don't see anything regarding Rosalina either.
There's another one. In the first one they showed her, in this one they didn't.
Well, yeah, that's because, as I've said, this is a showcase of Yoshi. Like, this is a first look in what he will play in and what Yoshi's role in this movie will be.
Okay, so there's still more unknowns.
Yes. Oh yeah, and then there's and one other thing in one in one scene we see that the Mario Brothers are now kids again, and this can't be like a flashback or this can't be like a flashback or
Which they had in the first movie.
Yeah, because it's I've seen people note that there's no flashback border. So and also the fact that Toad and Yoshi are standing there too.
Which
Um,
means it could not be a flashback back.
yeah, it can't be a flashback, so it's more likely they've been transformed into kids. But I don't really see how the Mario Brothers turning into kids again uh, or becoming kids again really I don't really see how that helps the script.
Okay, but consider this.
It feels more like a pointless callback rather than an important plot point.
Okay, can I? Okay, so if I remember correctly, you told me that Subcon is a land of dreams. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Is it possible that that is a dream sequence where they're back as being little kids in a dream?
Okay, I gotta correct you on this. So yeah, Subcon is a world that supplies dreams. The world itself is not just one in big entire dream where you can do whatever you want.
Okay, so that's not it. That was worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm always having to correct people on this. It's like, no, Subcon was all a dream, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's really not.
Okay, anyways, so I was then asking a question. So,
Right. Well, we're not done. We're not done yet, as we also have a TV spot to talk about, where there's also more new scenes. Um, so in one, so at the beginning of this, so yeah, this TV spot is called Yoshi Chomps Back, and um, and and so what happens at the beginning is that Mario actually says Toad's name for the first time. Yeah, that's literally Mario says Toad's name for literally the first time. He never says his name in the first movie.
okay.
Like that's the first time we hear his name. We hear him call him by his name. Um,
What else?
what else? Oh yeah. So we actually do see a new footage in the Mushroom Kingdom, where we see Yoshi take on what was it called? I think it's if I'm remembering correctly, it's called a chain chomp.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope I think I'm remembering. Yeah, yeah, it's a chain chomp.
Chain chomp.
Yes, yes. Okay, and Yoshi just freaking eats him.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his powers. He eats things.
Yeah, he's known for eating shit.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting. I mean, he must have
Although
the
I
world's
think,
strongest stomach to be eating all the stuff he eats because he eats anything.
well, not everything.
Well, almost everything that you've seen in the games. You see him pretty much eat almost everything. Any enemies, anyways.
Um, well, yeah.
Although we haven't seen him eat a bullet bill, so that'd be kind of interesting.
Well, yeah. Actually, yeah. No. I don't think Yoshi's ever eaten a a, a bullet bill, because the Yoshi in Super Mario Galaxy 2 is an alien mimicking a Yoshi, or it's a Yoshi that's been made in space or something. It's not clear, but it's not the same Yoshi. So um oh yeah, one last scene is we see that what appears to be some sort of a spaceport where Toad, Yoshi, and Luigi are, and Toad kind of seems to have a bit of hatred for Yoshi, because Yoshi kind of just tags along like almost instantly, and which that could I mean that is a bit of a callback to the first movie, where Toad just immediately decides to help Mario without like he's not even surprised that he's never seen someone like him before. He just immediately decides to help him out. The same thing goes for Yoshi. He almost immediately decides to help the Mario Brothers.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's a space part. Yeah, that's anyway. That about does it for this episode. I mean, there's barely anything barely anything important regarding to the story was shown off because, like I said, this was entirely focused on Yoshi. It wasn't it wasn't necessarily showing off any important important story elements. We do see well, I mean, I guess we do see that Toadstool fights. We do see Toadstool fighting Wart's commanders, and the Mario Brothers are kids again. But there's really no context as to why they're doing that or how that happened.
No, it's more like we're just going to tell you, just show you a quick this and a quick that, but no real storyline.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. So yeah, this wasn't a trailer. It was more of a showcase of what the character will do. It's called Yoshi, First Look, and the TV spot called Yoshi Chomps Back. So this is more about Yoshi than the actual movie. But at least we have confirmation that there's another character that's going to be in the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Yeah, I'm starting to think that this movie is starting to get overloaded with characters because, I mean, I don't because if this keeps up, I don't really see. I don't think the runtime for this movie should be no less than 2 hours, or should be no less than 2 hours.
Right. So we got to see if they actually give it enough runtime to make it make sense.
Because there's a lot of subplots in this movie that. Because this movie is seems to be so overloaded with subplots. It's like they didn't even know what they were writing and just decided to write random shit.
Well, we better see the movie before we say that, because what if it all makes sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's about it for this episode. Go ahead and like this video if you liked hearing us talk again, and then share this and spread the word that Yoshi's confirmed in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and then of course subscribe if you want to see future episodes like this. And before I end the video, the movie is now coming out the movie's release date is now coming 2 days earlier. So it's no longer coming out on this movie is no longer coming out on April 3rd, but now is coming out on April 1st, which means we both have more of a reason to find this movie as a freaking joke. All right, that's it. Bye.